Maybe you're practicing scales, hand exercises, you're using a method book, watching tons of YouTube tutorials, maybe even spending hours at the piano, and still you're not getting anywhere. Your hands feel uncoordinated, your songs sound messy, and deep down you're wondering, what am I doing wrong? The truth? You're probably practicing the wrong things, and that's why it feels so frustrating even when you're trying really hard. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what beginners should actually focus on so you can stop wasting time and finally start playing the music you love. And while you're watching, I recommend downloading my free piano practice planner. In it, I map out exactly what to practice and how to play one of your favorite songs in just 1 week. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. Truth is, it's not that you're untalented, unmotivated, or doing anything wrong. It's that you're trying to learn everything at once. Most beginner resources throw everything at you. Scales, note reading, technique, music theory, rhythm. And instead of building on one skill at a time, you're being asked to juggle 5. That leads to cognitive overload, where your brain short circuits because it's trying to process too many new things at once. I used to teach my students this way, the traditional way, and found it discouraged my students and stunted their joy and progress on piano. Top performance psychologists like Anders Ericsson found that the fastest way to master any complex skill is to break it down into small parts and practice one thing deeply before stacking on the next. The best example of this is swimming. When you're learning how to swim, you don't just jump in and start doing laps. First, you learn how to float, then you learn how to breathe, then you practice kicking, then arm movements. And only after each skill is solid do you start putting it all together. But imagine if someone tried to teach you just a little bit of all of that at the same time. A little floating, a little breathing, a little kicking, you'd probably drown because you were taught to do too many movements at once and it was too overwhelming. You couldn't build proper coordination. And unfortunately, that's exactly what's happening with beginner piano players. You're trying to play songs with both hands, read notes, stay in rhythm, move your fingers properly, and even add expression all at once. And when it doesn't work, you start to think you're terrible at piano, not musically inclined, or have no coordination between your hands. But that's not the problem. The problem is that no one taught you how to break it down and build one skill at a time. In swimming, the cost of learning too much at once is drowning. In piano, the cost is overwhelm, burnout, and quitting before you ever get to play the songs you love. And it doesn't have to be that way. One of my students, Michelle, took piano lessons multiple times throughout her life, but every time it felt like too much. Too many moving parts, too many songs she didn't care about, and not once did she actually finish a song she liked. But now, after learning just a few key concepts I'm going to show you today, she plays songs by Alicia Keys for fun after work. And that didn't happen because she suddenly got more musical talent. It happened because she finally learned the right way to practice and what to practice in order. Here's an example of a song you might play towards the beginning of learning piano typically. Let's take a look at this sheet music for Lightly Row. Here's what is overwhelming for a new student. They're learning all the notes of the treble clef, bass clef, how to read rhythmic notation, finger numbers, how to keep a steady beat, and then on top of that, getting your hands to actually play the notes. If you were a child, this would be totally fine as your experience, as you'd be learning how to speak, read, and write, and have an abundance of time to learn piano. This type of learning makes it where most of what you're doing when learning piano is learning how to read music. It takes forever to get to the songs you love, but for an adult, it often becomes dreadful because students wonder, when am I ever going to get to playing a song I actually like? So what should you be practicing first as a beginner if you want to learn the skills that actually matter towards playing your favorite songs? Start with chords instead. Chords are the foundation of almost every song you love. Pop, rock, gospel, indie, R&B. If you've ever wanted to play Adele, Billy Joel, Elton John, the Beatles, guess what? It's all chords. Here's Billy Joel playing Vienna.
Slow down, you crazy child. You're so ambitious for a juvenile, but then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid?
He's just playing chords, but it's not just what you practice that matters, it's how you practice it. When I say start with chords, I don't just mean learn the shape of a C chord and move on. I really mean get into it, because the goal isn't just to know the names of the chords. The goal is to sound like music when you play them. So here's exactly where I start my students. Step 1, learn these 4 chords: C major, G major, A minor, and F major. Why these? Because they're in literally thousands of songs. And no, I'm not exaggerating. There's actually a comedy band called Axis of Awesome who put together a medley of over 30 hit songs, all using just these 4 chords.
I'm your biggest fan, I'll follow you until you love me. Papa, I can't live with or without you. Pictures of me hung upon your wall for the world to see.
So I say to start here because we want to practice the skills that actually move the needle towards you playing songs you enjoy faster. So instead of wasting weeks on random scales and finger patterns, you can start here and play songs you actually know and love right away. To learn how to play those chords and get started playing your first song in just 7 days, download my free piano practice planner. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it to you. Step 2, I have my students practice something I call the chord ladder. Here's what that looks like. Play 1 chord like C major at the bottom of the keyboard. Then move up an octave and play it again and keep going like this. Looks like a simple exercise, but why is it important to practice this? This builds the movement skill most beginners never train. You're not just learning a chord, you're learning the skill of quickly moving from one chord to the next chord. Because that's the hard part that beginners struggle with. So get really good at practicing the chord ladder with your first 4 chords: C major, G major, A minor, and F major. Go up the piano with C major, then G major, then A minor, then F major. Once that feels good, move to step 3. Switch between these first 4 chords you've learned: C major, G major, A minor, to F major. Like I said, these 2 exercises are important because we want to practice the skill of switching between chords quickly. We don't want you to be playing a song and stumble and slowly get to the next chord. It would be like me playing Let It Be like this. You want it to be fluid and steady. This one skill unlocks thousands of songs, like we saw in the Axis of Awesome clip, because all of these songs have these first 4 chords that I showed you today. After that, you could pick up one of those songs and learn it with the chords. One of my students, Carolyn, had been taking piano lessons for 5 years, and she recently posted this in my Piano Accelerator community only 3 days into joining the program. She said, "I've taken lessons for at least 5 years. I could read music, but I always hesitated. I never knew my chords, but now I know all of them. Why didn't anyone explain it this way? It's easy now." But I know some of you might be thinking, wait, what about reading music? Isn't that the real way to learn piano? Piano has been taught this way for centuries. Trying to read notes while learning to play with both hands, stay in time, control your fingers, understand chords, and somehow make it all sound musical. It's just too much at once at the beginning for an adult who wants to enjoy piano as a hobby. That's why most students quit. Not because they don't have it, but because they were set up to overload. My students learn via what I call the song system. They solidify the foundations of piano and learn all of the chords needed to play their favorite songs. They learn how to optimize those chords, how to make them more musical. They learn how to improvise on the chords. So for example, it would sound like this with Let It Be. Finally, they learn how to read notes and navigate lead sheets so they can confidently play their favorite songs, like this. so that they can grow into an expressive pianist who can sit down and play their favorite songs quickly. That's the power of learning in the right order. This way of learning is logical. It's doable, and it works for real people just like you. Students learn one skill at a time, but in an order where they can always play their favorite songs from the beginning. So if you're ready to stop feeling stuck, if you're tired of starting over, if you want to actually sit down and play the songs you love with confidence, joy, and ease, then this is your moment. Now, if you've tried to learn piano before and it didn't stick, I want you to hear this clearly. It's not your fault. It's not that you didn't have musical talent. It's not that you're too old or too late. It's not even that you're not disciplined enough. The real reason, you were handed a broken method, a method that overwhelms beginners, that buries them in reading music before you've even heard yourself sound good. That makes it feel like you're failing when the truth is the system failed you. And that's heartbreaking because so many people walk away from piano thinking they're not cut out for it. But here's what I want you to know. You can do this. The fact that you're still here, still curious, still searching for a better way, that tells me everything I need to know. You don't need more willpower. You just need a method that actually works, one that meets you where you are. And when you take the right steps in the right order, piano becomes fun and relaxing. You start to hear music come out of your own hands. And that moment changes everything. If you're ready to experience that for yourself, start by downloading the free piano practice planner where I map out all of these steps with helpful chord charts. It's totally free and it's the perfect next step if you're ready to start dabbling and start actually playing. Comment practice planner below and I'll send it over. And if you're already feeling inspired, I've got another video waiting for you where I'll show you exactly how to play your first full song with 4 chords on piano step by step. I'll see you there. And if this video helped you, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.